All right, buddy, where are we going this week? Do you know? Do you? Yeah, I bet you do. We're going back to Japan. That's right.
I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Back to Japan. And why is that, buddy? Because we're looking at a Konica. A Konica what? What's a Konica AR Hexanon 57 1.2? That's right. Daddy's got a bunch of other 50s, 1.4, 1.7, 1.8, but this is the famous 57 millimeter 1.2.
Who cares?
Is it any good? Yeah, it is. It's rumored to be one of the best 1.2s in the world.
Whatever.
So, why don't we find out how good it is, and we'll find out together, right? So get yourself something to eat or drink. Get yourself comfortable.
Talk it up, man.
And let's get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
Daddy?
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan, my little co-host, Camera Talk. All right, buddy, what are we talking about this week? What you got in your hand? What is that? Huh? What is that? It's a square? Yeah, it's a square magnet that goes with some other toy, which who knows where the heck that is. I'm sure you'll break it by the end of the day anyway.
Yes. But
What are we here for? Well, we're talking about one of Daddy's collection, the Konica AR Hexanon 57 millimeter 1.2. That's right, 1.2. It's rumored and talked about by some in certain circles that it was perhaps the best 1.2 ever made.
What? No.
That's pretty dramatic, isn't it? Ever. Something that's the best ever. I've heard that about a bunch of different lenses. So, does it actually apply to this one? I don't know. But we'll find out together. You know, a little thing about, here, let's shift you off to the one side here. Don't fall off Daddy's lap. Konica.
colors are calling me. Konica, colors are calling me.
Konica's been around since 1873. That's a long time, right? I guess everybody working at Konica's pretty old by now.
At least we're not fucking idiots.
1873, that's right. Well, they do have a long history in photography, and obviously not in 1873, but they were obviously getting into optics and other things back in that day, along with everybody else who was doing the same thing at the time, microscopes and so forth and so on. But anyway, they went up through the years, creating all kinds of great glass that professionals throughout the photography history of the company have been much sought after. You know, they're very good lenses, very good quality. Actually, the Japanese government uses them, or used to use them, to compare against other optics. To base its findings on its quality and whatnot. So anyway, from 1873 all the way up to 2003 when they merged with Minolta, and everybody knows what happened after that with Minolta.
What you talking about, doctor?
Along came a little company called Sony and snatched them up. So, you know, unofficially, Konica is part of Sony. That's right, they were part of Sony. And they even dabbled a little bit back in the 70s with photocopiers too. Not that that has much to do with photography, but there are lenses in photocopy machines, right? Reproductions and so forth and so on. But anyhow, this particular lens, the AR Hexanon line actually began in 1960, went all the way through to 1987. But this particular lens had 4 different variations. It kind of split in half, 2 in one version, 2 in the other. And the first version, that's right, I said version.
You must tie her down on a bed and spank her.
Was released in 1965. Do you know what 1965 is? Yeah, that's Daddy's birthday. I knew you'd break it, see? Then I tell everybody. So 1965, Daddy's year, right? We're the same age as Singapore and the Big Mac. So anyway, first 2 versions came out then, and then in 1970, the second couple of versions came out, and that's when mine was produced. And again, it's a great lens. It's even wide open, which is where most lenses tend to struggle. Wide open is very sharp, very contrasty. No vignetting or pincushion distortion or anything like that. Very well made. Now, I do, if you recall, earlier videos of mine, I do have other AR Hexanons, the 50, 1.4, 1.7, and 1.8. That's right. Daddy seemed to have a thing for the 50s in the Hexanon lineup, but I also have a 135, 3.2. There's a 2.5. I think it's 3.2. But anyway, they're all great lenses. Fantastic. The 1.4 is slightly sharper than the 1.2. But hey, if sharpness is all you're after, then save yourself some money and get the 1.4, because this lens is pretty expensive, right? Checked on eBay. They range anywhere starting at $500, going all the way up to $1,000.
Oh, yes.
I got mine, and remember at Modesty Photography, we're all about tips and tricks about photography. So one way to get better prices on lenses is to actually buy. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt you? You're gonna say something important about buying used equipment.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got myself a Konica Auto Reflex TC. It's a film camera, and it came with the Hexanon 57 millimeter 1.2. Together, the camera and the lens I got for $370. $370. And this thing is in mint condition. Excellent condition. So I got myself a camera and a lens for much less than what people are starting their pricing at just for the lens itself. So again, that's a little tip from us, right? Dylan, give a tip? Yeah? What's your tip?
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
How to get free cookies?
It's a no.
Yo, no, you're not gonna tell me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, weirdo. So anyway, a little bit about the physical part of this lens itself. 7 elements in 6 groups. Nothing spectacular there, but close focus is 45 centimeters. Right about here-ish. Not bad. 6 aperture blades, which is pretty common for Japanese lenses of that era, but they're curved, so the when you're stopping down the out of focus background, the bokeh balls retain more of a roundish shape, because we like our balls round, right?
Say, everybody haven't seen my balls.
Do we? Yeah. So the 6 curved blades and it's
I'll be
it is kind of a hefty beast, so it's
happy.
460 grams. So it is kind of heavy. If you check on allphotolenses.com, you know, where they break down a lot of details about lenses, they have voting options on there, and a lot of the owners of this lens voted out of five out of five for its mechanical build as well as its optical quality. And overall, including the bokeh and price and all these other things, it averaged out 4.57 out of 5, which is not bad. Yes. So it's a good quality lens, which is what you expect from a Konica. Now, a couple things about the lens as well. It's because it is a 1.2, the elements are quite large on them.
That's what she said.
And the actually, just to show you real quick, even though you probably can't tell from the distance that we are from the camera, which is 1.75, maybe 2. Let me take the adapter off. The back element is very large on this thing.
That's what she said.
And it's because of the construction of the lens itself, there's a pin here that depresses the mechanism in the camera itself that needs to be there, but it is built on top of the lens, so it actually cuts off a little sliver of the glass on the back end. And is that a big deal? Well, not to me, because of the fact that it's not very noticeable unless you look for it. And when I say look for it, I mean if you check the out of focus background and you check the bokeh balls, you may see they're rounded with a little whoop, a little straight edge along the top of the top of one of the balls, or some of the balls, you know, whatever it could be. Or maybe not. It just depends on how far back your background is from your subject, and you know how defined the bokeh balls are for you to be able to even see such things. But anyway, that could be a drawback for some. You know, thinking about that. The other thing too is a lot of the lenses, especially the older ones, because they've been around that extra 5 years, 10 years, is the some of them will have a yellow brownish tint to them. And why is that? Yeah, radioactivity. Radioactive. That's right. They contain thorium. A lot of manufacturers in the day baked thorium right into the glass because of its refractive qualities, characteristics that made it behave in a better way, quality-wise, for a cheaper price. Is why they did it. Now, what makes this lens different from all the other radioactive ones is this one is extra radioactive. Does that make it extra special? Yeah. So, most lenses have the rear element. If they're radioactive, they'll have thorium baked into the rear element. This one has thorium baked into the last two rear elements and the front element.
Get the fuck out of here.
So it's radioactive from front to back. And I know a lot of people freak out going, oh my God, radioactive, we're all gonna die. only if you crush this thing up and snort it.
It's not. It's not really.
That's, or if you drink it or eat it or anything else. Just being around it is not harmful to you at all. Basically, for you to suffer any kind of consequences from it, you'd have to sleep on this thing right next to your face for like 2 months straight.
That's weird.
Other than that, you get more radioactive exposure from the world around you than you do from one of these. So anyway, it sounds scary, but it's not. Anyway, and its competitors, you know, at the time, the ones who are giving it a run for its money were Canon FD 55 millimeter 1.2. I've got one of those as well. A Nikon 55 1.2. Got one of those as well. The ones I don't have, which are part of the running of the club, are the Minolta Rockor 58 1.2. Yashica and Zuiko both have 1.2s as well. But anyway, this one is rumored to be the best of the best. Yes! Different people will have different opinions of that, because that's what the world is all about these days, of my opinion means more than yours.
I don't care.
So anyhow, let's give you a little sample of its performance, okay? Yeah. So normally what I do is take a shot of my, we shoot these videos with a Canon M50. It's an APS-C, yes, there's an S on there, APS-C sensor. And what I do is I focus in on the writing on the nameplate on the end of the lens. It's a 15 to 45 EFM lens. It's a kit lens. But I see how sharp I can get that. So that's what I shall do here. I'll do it at 1.2. Ready, buddy?
Ready.
All right, let Daddy have a second here. All right, that looks good. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 5.6 just for and giggles. All right, no focus shift. Good. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that was at 1.2 and 5.6. And as you can see, pretty sharp, even wide open. Sharp and contrasty. Now how about we show you some real life action shots of Dylan, right? So here's Dylan at 1.2. What do you think? Do you look good there?
Yes.
Yeah? How about some other shots of Dylan? Here's Dylan at 5.6. What do you think of that one? Looking even better there?
Yes.
Looking goofier. And as usual, we throw in some random stuff of other people's work, just so we don't bore everybody to death with nothing but pictures of Dylan. Yeah. So here's some random crap at F whatever. Okay, what do you think of those?
Don't give a damn.
Yeah, did they look good? They look good too. Anyhow, hey, might as well throw in one picture. My very first picture when I sat down here, I took a picture of one of Dylan's little dinosaurs. So here's a picture of that at 1.2. It's your dinosaur. Rah! Right? All right, so other than that, can we recommend this lens? Yeah. Yes! Yeah, I think we could recommend it, especially if you can get it at a decent price. Remember my little tip? Try to buy it attached to a camera from somebody who may not understand the value of this lens, selling it alone, and you get yourself a good deal. So with that said, how about we give our little plug for our photo editing software? Who do we use? Who do we use to edit our software? Luminar. Luminar AI, Luminar Neo. Now they don't sell AI anymore, but I still talk about it because I use it still, as well as their new one, which is Luminar Neo. And one of the reasons I like it so much is there is lots of AI in there, which helps my workflow move a lot faster because it can just click, 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 and things are done for me. Remember what AI means? Yeah? What is AI? Tell us. 1, 2, 3.
No!
You silly boy, always goofing around. Artificial intelligence. That's right.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
AI. So, and we're not talking E-I-E-I-O. So artificial intelligence, it has dust and spot removal. So if you were taking a photo of something, let's say we were at the beach and there's a bunch of seagulls flying off in the distance, it's not going to be confused between maybe dust on your sensor and some seagulls and remove the seagulls. You're tiddly. So you click on the button, it analyzes your photo, and it'll remove the spots, leaving those seagulls alone. That's right. It has power line removal. Same thing. Nothing more annoying than a bunch of power lines. Right? Power lines in there. To ruin your photo. So again, click the button, it analyzes the photo, and it'll remove the lines for you. May have to clean up a little around the edges, just like Dylan when he colors. Got to clean up around the edges, right? Yeah, because Dylan doesn't stay inside the lines. It has background removal. It has scene relighting. If the light is coming from this direction and you'd rather it come from that direction, AI will move it across the scene for you. It's not dramatic, of course. It's not like a spotlight moving around. Oh, Daddy poke you in the eye?
The definition of the word idiot.
See? That'll teach you for getting in front of me like that. So sorry. But anyway, it'll move it'll gently move the light from one side to the other. Anyway, that's enough about that. But why else should you get it? It's because it's economical. I mean, it's under $100. If you click below, in the description, there's a link. Yeah, click on that link. It'll take you to Luminar. And if you purchase through that link, it'll deduct $10. So if it's $100, $90. If it's $90, it's $80. You could do the math, right?
Why I hate math.
Yeah. And what do they do with that $10? Do they keep it? No, they don't. They give it to us. Now, why would they give it to us? Well, because we went through the trouble to tell everybody about it. Anyway, so what do they call back that in the business? They call that kickback. Yeah! Kickback. That's right. And what are you going to do with your $10? You going to keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You going to share it with mommy and daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You going to share it with your girlfriends? Huh? Going to share it with your girlfriends?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, you're going to be shy about that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the girlfriends, how about we give them a little taste of the thumbs up girls, right? If you give us a thumbs up, we'll share a little bit of Dylan's girlfriends, the Thumbs Up Girls. Ready?
Ready?
Thumbs up. Do, 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 do. Thumbs up. Yeah, good boy. All right, wonderful singer you are. And while we're talking about support, how about you subscribe? How about this hand? Subscribe. And your fingers and my fingers, subscribe. Excellent. What else? What else can we talk about? Well, who are we? I'm Dr. Scott. You're Dylan.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
And together we are all Modesty Photography. And we're here to talk about tips and tricks about photography, some lenses, vintage lenses, camera systems, you name it, we could talk about it. Dylan would probably rather talk about cookies and his latest toys that he got and everything else, but
I'm a fucking artist. I'm sensitive as shit.
we'll try to stick to photography-related subjects. All right. I think that was pretty much all I could remember to talk about. So, should they come back next week? Why? Because you belong here. That's what I tell my students at school. You belong here, right? So, thank you for dropping by.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing to Modesty Photography. Thank you for buying a copy of Luminar through our link. Thank you for listening to Dylan when he's trying to interrupt Daddy. And thank you for just being you. So they should come back next week?
Yeah.
When do we do these? We do these every Friday. Now that's Friday Vietnam time. So that depends where you are in the world. Could be the day before, could be the day after, or could be the same day as us. Pretty funky time math, isn't it? So, this was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. All right, so, you ready to say bye-bye?
Bye.
All right, 1, 2, 3, bye-bye.
Here I am, Vietnam.